hello. Was there a watermark on the ballots? Wasn't there a watermark on the ballots? Is A.G. Barr a good guy? Is A.G. Barr a bad guy? We don't know, do we? But we keep watching everything intensely. I'm pretty sure there was a watermark on the ballots, otherwise Trump wouldn't know exactly where all of his 74 million votes were, would he? So, yesterday I said that obviously this battle at the civil service, some people are saying that, I just heard Praying Medic going, doesn't make sense, but he just said why would they go to Germany to get them when they should have been able to just download them, but that doesn't really make sense to me. So anyway, we see that all these CEOs around the planet are standing down, going into hiding, whatever they're doing, and you know, don't you, that they've, you know, a lot of these big bosses have got a lot of people around them protecting them with guns, I imagine, so I can see when they do take down a few of these high up lizards that there might be a few little gunfights going. So we have to wait and see about that, don't we? But it looks like, you know, if Trump has got all these servers and stuff, they've got the world by the balls, haven't they? Because I think these Cital Dominion servers, they've basically been cheating people into power globally for a long time, the cabal. That means, you know, any country, the elections might be rigged. So we have to wait and see how that develops, but there's a lot of people coming out now. You know, this looks like it is a global sting operation of the largest magnitude that's ever been seen, and they've caught them cheating, even though the mainstream media continually says there's no evidence, don't look at all this, keep looking over there, you know, we'll try and keep you interested in other things. I don't know what they're talking about in the mainstream at the moment, because it's a load of shit and I don't watch it. But what we want, don't we? We want all the truth to come out, a better world of no borders, you know, but we want no borders for the right reasons, don't we? So that everyone is in love and could go to any country if they're invited or asked and abide by that country's laws or whatever. And, you know, with all this radicalisation and stuff that has been allowed to happen, you can see people here in the UK, can't you, marching down the street going, you know, F the police in this country. They're not doing a very good job at the moment in some respects, but, you know, F the police, F the UK laws, F your religion, we want our religion here, and all sorts of things like that. Is like, you know, when people say fuck off home, that's completely and utterly racist, isn't it? You know, if people are doing that from the colour of someone's skin. But if you know, if I move to Spain, and or religion as well, obviously, and any other reason like that, but I mean, if I moved to Spain as a white Caucasian man and started going, driving on the right is shit, you know, I want everyone to drive on the left, I want everyone to speak English, I don't understand Spanish, so I'm going to get everyone to march that we should all be speaking English here, and it's too hot for me. I'm pretty sure the Spaniards would say, you sure you made the right decision? You know, maybe you should fuck off home. You know, back to the UK. I'll be going when it's always raining there. Well, you know, why did you come here then? It can't be too hot for you, can it? You know, we have to abide by, you know, a country's laws if we want to, you know, go and spend time there, don't we? So what we want is a better world with beauty everywhere. Because I'm sure, you know, if Nasara and stuff comes out, that, and people didn't have to go to work and pay off a mortgage for the rest of their life, I'm sure 80% of the world would like to go travelling and look at other places in the world. I know I would. I'd like to visit every country and sample their cultures and their foods without eating any animals anymore, because I don't do that, and it would be a nice planet if no one did that. Hopefully that might come one day. Anyway, yeah, so I'm, you know, this voting Dominion could have installed all sorts of people in power all around the globe, couldn't it? So we've got to look how all that evidence is coming out. Loads of people are talking about it now. Barr elected Durham, didn't he, or promoted him to the special counsel. So I still don't really know what's going on there. That means he can keep investigating the Russian probe even if Biden's elected. But we know Biden's not going to get elected because of how we believe that the military has got all this evidence, watched the election live with the hidden watermarks and digital signatures or whatever, and so they have it all. And you'll find as well, if you're watching all these hearings that are going on about all the people giving their evidence, and there's so many little videos of that. I'm going to show you one with this lovely lady in a minute, but she is passionate about it, and you'll find that we keep getting sort of military personnel or agency people turning up to give evidence, like you in the news I did yesterday, that the guy went, yes, our white hat hackers, I can't remember what he said, we have the package. So we're getting sort of some high intel people turning up to do this, along with average Joe and, you know, these normal people that want to see a fair election. You know, whether they do another one or they're going to go, look, this is what actually happened on the night, we don't know. But we will find out, because I'm pretty sure all this drip feeding, they're getting ready for D-class, full D-class. It won't all happen at once, obviously, but they will start telling you and me in the mainstream, once Section 230 is repealed and all sorts of things, that this is what's been going on. This is what happened to MH17. This is what happened to MH370. 2 planes. This is what happened to the 4 planes that did or didn't fly into the Pentagon and the World Trade Centres, and all sorts of other things. Extraterrestrials walk amongst us and have been here for thousands of years, or whatever. Kayleigh did a speech yesterday. She spoke for about 25 minutes. You can go and watch that at whitehouselive.gov or on Twitter. Now, she only spoke for 20 minutes, but the White House, the length of the broadcast when they finished it was 1 hour 7 minutes dead. That is no coincidence, is it? At 1:07. Of course it's not. You've got LLinWood, sorry, and Sidney Powell doing a live broadcast yesterday outside, and Donald Trump did a 46-minute speech yesterday in which he basically outlined everything that's been going on in this election for, well, everything in the mainstream at the moment, not what's going on behind the scenes with the military. But I'm going to just play you 2 little videos, PC screen, 2 little videos from LLinWood yesterday and Sidney Powell.
Walsh, and my question is, first of all, Sidney, you're my hero.
She's everybody's hero.
I'll have the chance. What should we say? Give us some responses to give to friends or loved ones who think we're crazy. I'm keeping the faith. I ingest the news that I choose to ingest, and I see that justice should prevail, but we have a lot of people who are discouraged, and so they've some of them have given up. But what should we say to them other than that we still believe?
Well, let Sidney answer that, but I'm going to tell you quickly what I tell them. You tell them that only one perfect man walked on the face of this earth, and they said he was crazy too, but he wasn't crazy. He was Jesus Christ. Tell them they said the same thing about Jesus. Sidney.
He's a character.
These are very difficult times. Some of us have lost good friends, and family members have gone a different way over the fact that we are insisting on the truth. It's just extremely difficult. The press, the mainstream press, is effectively brainwashing people. I think the best way to try to approach it is to have a calm, factual conversation. But at the same time, we have to realize that the power of the media to lie is so overwhelming that it's very hard for some people who won't go to original source material or really be open to the facts to confront the reality that's really in front of them. Yeah, digital soldiers. Yep. General Flynn's digital soldiers have been a huge help in bringing us the truth. So there are lots of people you can follow on Twitter, but in terms of, those personal relationships that we've all lost, other than trying to keep loving them and reaching out to them with the truth and maintaining that consistency, I don't know. There's no easy answer for that.
Thank you. You could also tell them, turn off the television. What was it Joe Biden said? Tell them to go listen to the phonograph. I would tell anybody to think for themselves. Don't accept what you read in the newspapers and what you see on TV. They're liars. Go look up a color revolution, because that's what's going on in America right now. China's making its move because they need our land to grow their food. They can't take 4 more years of Donald Trump protecting America. So keep your guard up. Defend yourself. And whatever it takes within the bounds of law, You fight for your freedom.
Yeah, that's very good. Right, what am I doing? Just go there. I just want to show this other one quickly. It's not quite as long.
Think about the millions and millions and millions of your dollars that have been wasted running them back through these China machines.
Ballots.
He who has nothing to hide, hides nothing. What is Brian Kemp hiding? What is Brad Raffensperger hiding? Follow the money, follow those corporations. Find out what really happened to your vote and who sold it to China. Gina Haspel. Gina Haspel's the director of the CIA. Well, President Trump doesn't ask for my advice. If he did, I'd give it to him about Gina Haspel. Fire Gina Haspel yesterday. And fire Christopher Wray last week. The deep state permeates the Democrats. It permeates the Republicans. Donald Trump is fighting both parties right now. The Republicans are not helping him. The Democrats are not going to ever help him. They want to get him out of office even so bad they cheat openly. The only people that are helping Donald Trump are people like you and me. We, the people, are helping Donald Trump because we know that Donald Trump loves the people. I spoke with a close friend of the president's 6 months ago, and he told me the first time the president ran, he's thinking about building up his brand, and then he decided to get out and not run. And then he went across the country and he talked to the people. And he decided to run because he knew the people didn't have representation. He ran for you, the people. So he's not going to stay in office because of the Republican Party. He's going to stay in office because we, the people, demanded it. When we voted for him, I've looked at the real numbers. He won over 410 electoral votes. He damn near won every state, including California.
Booyah, motherfucker!
Million votes. We're not going to let them steal our election. We're not going to let them steal our country. And we will die before we'll ever let them steal our freedom.
Yes. Right, what am I doing? Let's go back there. Yeah, so what was I going to say about that? I can't remember. So, well, there you go. That was 2 little clips from that yesterday. So, yeah, enjoyed that. Oh, that was I recorded that on my phone. So that was why. That was me going during that. Anyway, someone told me this morning that LA, Los Angeles, has gone on full lockdown. So I haven't looked at that yet. So I'm going to go and look at that in a minute. I want to show you that General McInerney at the end. Let's go and have a look at Twitter. Please see screen. Now, I still don't know what's going on with this bar thing and Durham, so we'll have to see how that unfolds. Nevertheless, right, this is mate. We'll have a quick go down here because I was only on yesterday, so there's not that much. That's a 1 year delta today, December the 3rd, 2019. It's going to be very cool. I've got that saved. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Look at all that lot. Oh, that's what I was going to say. What he said about Gina Haspel. Simon Parks. Hello, my name is Simon Parks. Brilliant bloke, lots of intelligence, with his insider knowledge, but he's very monotone when he speaks, and it's a long listen. So he said Gina Haspel was injured in that Cital raid. It was her bodyguards that were, or one of her main bodyguards that done the shooting at the 5 Special Forces, and on her way to Gitmo she sang like a bird. So we'll see how that unfolds. This is a nice little thing, I just want to show you. I've got a little meerkat pet. Hello. He looks cute. Yeah, I'm not going to show you all of it because there's a lot of playing about, but I want to show you the end because he's looking out the window with the cats and I like it.
지나가는 사람이나 고양이나 뭐 계속 망봐요. 계속 망봐요.
Okay, that's not really news, is it? But I don't care. This is triggered. This is one of these. She dots this poor immigrant woman who witnessed massive election fraud. So I wouldn't look into this. I imagine she's on the wrong team.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening, Miss Johnson.
Your name is Jesse
Jacob.
Jesse Jacobs. Is that your birth name?
Okay. My first name is Jesse. When I was married, my husband's last name is Jacob. When I got married in 1983, 37 years ago, I had my maiden name. That's my dad's house name. It's a long name.
Can you spell it, please?
K-I, K like kite, I-Z-H-A-K-E-K-A-R-A.
Representative, what is your question, please?
I'm asking the question.
Please ask.
She gave a lot of information. I just want to know who she is.
Representative, please, it's reasonable to ask the name of the person.
Yes.
I'm with you there. But now that you know it.
What was your first name?
Jesse.
Jesse.
J-E-S-S-Y, not E.
J-E-S-S-Y.
Y.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now please move on to your question,
That's
Representative.
it. You asked
Okay.
that one.
Thank you.
Fuck's sake. How many conspiracies come true before it's mathematically impossible? Exactly. Haspel split. That's that Simon Park. So just you can have a listen here.
One is that the CIA director was shot and killed. I actually said that, if you remember, that a leading manager, station manager, was wounded. I couldn't at that time, I wasn't authorised, shall we say, at that time to tell you who that was. But it's absolutely true that the CIA director was in the Frankfurt facility. What on earth was the head of the CIA doing off American soil in a building containing Dominion servers? And I can tell you that they were trying to shred every document, remove everything. But the good guys, that's the 305 Battalion and other units as well, were totally aware that the CIA director was there, and the raid was done deliberately to catch that person red-handed. The reason that 5 American patriots were killed in the operation was because the bodyguard around the CIA director basically fought. Everybody else just sort of gave up. But the bodyguard around the director fought, and that's what occurred. So there are two versions now, that she's dead, or she's, went to Guantanamo Bay. What I want to tell you is that she's not dead. That's a cover story. I don't think I'm going to be in trouble for telling you that. That's the truth. But that's a cover story placed a bit like Jeffrey Epstein, really. What happened was that when she was wounded, not severely, taken to Guantanamo Bay, but en route to Guantanamo Bay, she decided that she wanted to work for the good guys, and she literally sang like a canary. That's how it's been told to me. Those are the words used. In other words...
Well, whether she wants to work for the good guys or not, she is not a good guy. And whether she has sung like a bird or not, she will be spending the rest of her life at Gitmo or hanging from a rope. Guys, see what happens. Blah 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 blah. That's just a meme of Trump there. Oh, I don't want to go down. Sorry, that's Simon's thread. I don't want to go down that. Bosses have fought that off. This is, a lot of people are saying now. There's a newspaper out called The Light, which is obviously a newspaper of truth that's going around doing the rounds. But I used to get the Sovereign Independent years ago, so I dug out a couple of pictures. These are from 2011. You are being lied to. That's a great article, that was. And depopulation through forced vaccination. And there he is, old reptilian Gates. Now, he's not about anymore, so I wouldn't worry too much about having a vaccine for him. I don't think it'll be happening, but don't take my word for it. Do you won't. Research. These monoliths keep appearing. Where's that one? California. There was another one in Utah, wasn't there? Yeah, Utah, Romania and California. So, I don't know what's going on there. Yet to see. That's DJT. 46 minutes he spoke for yesterday. Everyone's making memes out of this Biden holding his leg up now with his ankle bracelet boot on. Monkey works. This broadcast is not available. What's that? Oh, sorry. What am I doing? Right, this lady here, absolutely brilliant.
It's gonna do.
There's loads like this, but she's one of the most passionate I've seen.
It's gonna do what we say tonight, and might I add, I was a U.S. Taxpayer Party of Michigan candidate at that time, sir. I observed stations where election workers were working on scanned ballots that had issues that needed to be manually corrected. I believe some of these workers were changing votes that had been cast for Donald Trump other than Republican candidates. I observed ballots with cursive writing notes at the top right-hand corner. I observed a lot of them. Let's say a count, maybe about 100 of them or more. I also observed these ballots did not have ballot codes on them. The one, you tear at the top, no ballot code numbers. At approximately 4:03 a.m., a poll worker announced 50 boxes of ballots coming in. Election workers loudly cheered, woo! Why? Did they know that they were for Biden? Was it a Biden dump? We don't know, huh? About 4:50 a.m., I witnessed a man spraying a chemical inside the ballot. It could have been air, but I also saw him put whiteout tape up inside of there, and he was walking around with this whiteout tape during the whole night. I have witnesses. If you need to call on them, their name is Cheryl Constantino, Linda Sawyer, Judy Jump, Debbie Swall, and Marlene Benson, including myself, Artesia Obama. I can't get all into this because I probably got a few more seconds, but let me tell you, it was voter fraud at its finest, pure and calculated fraud. And I wouldn't be surprised if people up here was involved. But this young man right here, Senator McDaniel, Donald, I got to give you kudos. I see you're interested in this. And Senator Thies, I have to give you kudos because I see you're really paying attention. I wish Senator Lucido was here because I say he's paying attention. And now I think you will pay attention. And I plead the blood of Jesus over this fraud. and that everybody that was part of it and know about it will be convicted in their soul and their spirit. They won't sleep, they won't eat until they come right. Thank you, Jesus. Amen.
Thank you.
Amen. This is a meme I made. It's called the Mum Waker. I made that yesterday. That was my day off, just in time for Christmas, and that's what I call Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Right, we've done that, haven't we? Yes, Lewis Hamilton. We've talked about him being a serpent. Funnily enough, he's got the all-seeing eye Illuminati. Ooh. Cabal triangle on there. So, TikTok mofo. This guy's getting on a tube like that, and his missus, superb. Look. What wiki soap? I want one. Trump threatens the defence veto over social media. This is about the Section 230. So that's good. Now, if anyone has not seen this, I would go and watch it, because it's the best hour I've seen in a while. Sasha Stone, Marie Russell, Madonna English and Al Pasoni. It's on, just go and watch it on YouTube, and I watched it on Alpa's FB. She posted it, so I went and watched that, and then I posted it because it's brilliant. So I want to leave you with this General McInerney. Yeah, just make sure we're still recording. Yeah, and we're on the PC screen. Yes, that is correct. Listen to this.
I want to have you take a look at this and listen, please.
After listening to the president yesterday, I'm making some very bold statements, but they're important. We are not talking about fraudulent voting acts. But what we are talking about, John, is treason. When you coordinate 6 to 10 states using cyber warfare to change the outcome, these are treasonous acts. They're not dirty deeds or fraudulent voting. They're treasonous acts, punishable by death. They are trying to take over our government. When you use cyber warfare, as you've seen in the domain voting systems, as well as the CIA rogue systems that they've used, Hammer and Scorecard, which we've talked about. In addition, you have no FBI or DOJ prior investigation, to my knowledge. And finally, the Cyber Warfare Infrastructure and Security Agency, headed up by a guy by the name of Chris Krebs, was saying it was the perfect election, no discrepancies. He's got to be an idiot, but most of all, he's guilty of treason, and the president fired him. He is part of the cabal that has created this major attack, this major warfare, and it is warfare. It's hybrid warfare in the 21st century, using cyber warfare and other techniques to change a government without a shot being fired. And that's what is so serious about this. And getting those Dominion voting machines and impounding them before they change the software is extremely important. Now, what I believe the president should do, he should declare today a national emergency and declare the state of emergency using his executive order dated September 12, 2018, declaring a national emergency if there's foreign influence, because we know there is Chinese, Russian, and Iranian influence on this election. And he should use that. He should suspend habeas corpus, just as Lincoln and FDR did when they met national tragedies and emergencies like this. The Democratic perpetrators, as well as the Russians, the Chinese, and the Iraqis, have not disguised this cyber war on America. It's blatant. We should start arresting them now. This is serious. Let's not call this fraudulent activity. It's treason, John, in the 21st century modern hybrid warfare. We must suspend the Electoral College and the inauguration on the 20th of January until we get this resolved. And with that executive order that he's got, plus the Insurrection Act, he has the authority to do this. This is very serious. People must understand what's happened. This nation's government is being stolen, and it's not through some small criminal acts, it's through treasonous acts. And I would also declare martial law. It won't affect the American people except those people like Antifa and BLM that are going to start rioting once they know they've been had. They know they've been had. What they're surprised is the mainstream media, except for people like you, John, are ignoring it. Fox News ignored it. Finally, they had a little bit on it today, but if it wasn't for Newsmax and One American Network on the television side, we'd have nothing. So I'm saying, American people, let's rise up. Let's set up military tribunals. This judicial system we have is corrupt. It's slow-moving. The Founding Fathers had never heard of cyber warfare, but they had heard of the oath that we take to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. They knew about domestic enemies, and that's what the president is facing. So wake up, America. We've got to get this thing rolling. The president has got to demand a thorough investigation of these elections using his executive order that was promulgated in September 2018 and suspend all actions until it is thoroughly investigated. Everybody should demand the president to do this. We cannot proceed on because they quit being covert. It's blatant, outright crookery and cheating, and it's treasonous activity, John.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. So, Trump can do all that, can't he? But does he need to do it just yet? Or is he drawing all the scum out? He's drawing the scum out, isn't he? Because what they call, I think the rhinos are actually the Republicans that don't like Trump, aren't they? I think that's right. So, yeah, it doesn't matter if you're Democrat, Republican, whatever. It's not about that. It's about God v Satan, good versus evil, and they want to stamp it out for good. Because there was a lot more truths about a lot of things, some really hideous things that are going to come out about all these children and stuff. So start having a dig, and make sure you go and watch that Sasha and Alpa hour, because Sasha Stone on about 40 minutes, I think, talks about the children and the souls and all that. And what he said, I knew that was had been happening about souls, you know, coming back and reincarnating and all this sorts of stuff. And sort of goes along the lines of the volunteers video that I put on the end of yesterday's news. So I hope you watched that and I hope you enjoyed that, because I did very much. Right, have a lovely day. Lots of love, take care.